Hi, I'm Richard, owner of Aim for Fitness and a senior instructor at Fusion Martial Arts Centre. Welcome to another indoor cycle session. Today we're going to be going for an hour. It's going to be a long ride, and for me I'm going to use my ride a couple of years ago from Sorrento in Italy across to a very pretty town called Positano. It takes us on the Amalfi Coast across the Bay of Naples, and it's about 10 miles exactly in length, but we're going to go over some big hills, some steep cliffs and across some amazing scenery. So as always, in terms of your bike setup, whatever you've got at home, whether you've got a static exercise bike or whether you've got your own bike on indoor turbo trainers, big thing, your seat height, you're looking to have it so that when you do a full pedal stroke, as you get to the bottom of the pedal stroke, there's only a slight bend in your knee. You don't want a straight leg, just a slight bend in your knee to get the most from each pedal stroke. Your seat height and your handlebar height should be very similar. If you do have any sort of back issues or neck issues, then raising your handlebar slightly to be a little bit higher than your seat could just help you have a more comfortable position. Other than that, I've got a towel because we're going to get sweaty, and I've also got a drink in there. But let's go. Just start rolling, nice and gentle, whatever setting you want. Obviously all our bikes are different, so I'll talk about going up gears and I'll tell you how many gears I've gone up, but it will feel different on each individual bike. So please go at your own pace, use your own gearing that you feel comfortable with. It's an hour-long ride we're going to be setting off for. So just get the legs going at the moment, nice, easy, no gear at all, no resistance. Just roll. Some people have commented on previous cycle workouts that I've done about that I've got what look like proper cycling shoes attached to an indoor cycle. That's absolutely true. I have got some cycling shoes on here. I've got the facility to have double pedals, either use the toe clips with trainers or use SPD cleated cycling shoes. I choose to use the cycling shoes just because I do a lot of cycling and it's good practice to get used to them, how they feel. I highly recommend them if you have got pedals on your indoor setup that allow you to have proper cycling shoes with whatever style of cleats you've got, whether it be SPDs, SLs, Lux or Kios. Invest in a pair of cycling shoes. It makes a big difference. The amount of purchase you get on the whole pedal stroke, especially the upstroke, through being clipped into your pedals is massive. You'll see a big benefit in your cycling. But if you haven't got them and you've just got trainers on, and you're just into normal toe clips or flat pedals, that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, so a couple of minutes there, just rolling away. Hopefully you've lost your mind a little bit, taking your mind off what we're about to do. So I'm in a very low gear. I don't think I've got any resistance on at the moment. Just rolling out of the fantastically pretty town of Sorrento. When you go out of it, you come across one of the craziest traffic junctions you've ever seen in the world. And of course, guarding this traffic junction was an Italian police officer. Typical, stereotypical, but it was absolutely hilarious to watch. Cars coming at you from all angles, and this guy's looking super cool, yeah, in his police uniform, with his gloves on and his shades on, and spending more time having pictures taken with tourists than he was doing any traffic management. I've been on some fairly hairy rides, and I can honestly say that getting across that particular junction to get out of Sorrento and head up the hills was probably the most hairy in there. If you get a chance to do it, please do, but be careful. The traffic cop is there for picture purposes only. He's not doing any actual traffic management. Okay, so we've just rolled out of Sorrento, we're going down the hill now. We're past the harbour, past some of the inlets where they do some of the swimming. And what you're doing now is crossing the Bay of Naples. Starting to go around the corner, and in the distance, out at sea, you can see the island of Capri, which is a huge tourist spot. And that's going to be one of our little markers as we go all the way around the coast over to Positano. Okay, just starting to pick the pace up now. And as we get down to the coastline, the hills start to come up in view in front of us. So I'm going to put 5 clicks on my resistance, which is just going to start to give me a little bit of resistance as I start to pedal up. Imagine a very, very shallow incline somewhere near where you live. It looks flat, but it actually is a little incline. So that's what we're going to be going up. So I'm just going to put my clicks on now. That's 5 or 6. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking down at my speedo. I know that each person's bike setup will have different information, but for my speedo I'm working off the RPM, revolutions per minute, and I've got a mindset that says that I never want to dip below 100. That's what's in my head. That doesn't mean to say I always achieve it, especially as you go some of the steeper climbs, some of the mountains, but my head is saying that as I'm on these fairly nice rolling parts, I want to keep it around about 100 and above it if I can. So at the moment I'm just rolling at 101. I've got very light resistance. So that's just a little motivator I use for myself. You'll know your own abilities, you'll know your own how fast you can pedal, how comfortable you can feel. My suggestion is find a rhythm, find a speed, find a piece of information on your readouts that you think, right, next time I ride, I'm going to better that, or certainly maintain it. We're just getting our legs warmed up now. Starting to realise this is not a short little ride to the shops, this is going to be a bit longer. Okay, so it's a nice little, what they call false flat, really shallow incline. And then we're going to go around the corner. The road's going to go from a dual carriageway to a single carriageway. And then we're going to see the first of the big hills in front of us. Okay, 15 seconds. And then we're going to start our first climb. My suggestion is we stay in the seat for the first bit, and I'll tell you when we should be getting out of the seat and standing up on the pedals. Okay, I'm going to add 5 more clicks. So I want to feel some real resistance now. The pedals slow me down, you can probably see that in my legs. I have to work a little bit harder now, and I'm back at 102 RPM. So that's mirroring me going up a steeper incline. I'm going to put more work in now to push the pedals around. Still not super heavy, but I know that I'm working now. I can feel the muscles in my quads, and I can feel I'm a little bit overexcited. It's so early in the climb, so early in the ride, I'm starting to rock my shoulders from side to side. That's what I don't want to do. That's excess energy, it's just wasted. What I'm looking to do is stay as straight as possible, as still as possible, for as long as possible. So I'm keeping that pace up. 101. Okay, 100, yep, doing all right. And just pushing those pedals round, taking in the scenery. Not getting too tight in my shoulders, on my neck. Yeah, this is a nice ride. I've got this under control. All the work's being done by my big quad muscles. No movement or very little movement from the waist up. Find a nice comfortable place on the bars. A lot of people will ride, depending on your bike setup, particularly if it's a road bike, will ride on top of the brake and gear levers. Got nice mouldy grips there for people. Some people quite like it. Going across the top of the handlebars just changes and alters the angle. People's shoulders can feel a little bit easier there. But what you do is you find that you go up in height, which means that you've got some more wind resistance, which is not a big problem when you're indoors, but when you're outdoors, start to really affect you. It will be more aerodynamic, as close down to the bars as possible. If you're struggling, you start to ease up here, you're actually getting more wind resistance against you, which makes it harder and harder to push. So we're pushing up this first bit of the climb right now. I'd say unbelievable views out to the Bay of Naples to your right. And then up the mountains, and there is a chapel at the top of it. I can't remember the name of it. I want to say Santa Maria, but I could be getting that wrong. The great thing is we're going to go on a road, and was called Corsa Nastro Azzurri. So whether it was named after the beer or whether the beer was named after it, I don't know, but that's going to be our road. So if you go on Google Maps, stick in Positano and Sorrento at either end, you'll find the Nastro Azzurri road. That's the road that I went up in 2016, just remember which year it was. Along the way, we're going to have some interesting weather, and we're going to bump into some characters as well. Okay, hopefully everyone's feeling alright, feeling nice and strong. Yeah, we're early in to the ride now. We've done a decent amount of turn there, uphill, just gradually dragging us uphill. And we've had to go into anything where we've had to get out of the saddle yet. But that's going to change. Okay, we've got about 30 seconds left, and then we're going to hit our first standing part. So those of you who've done the other videos that I've done will know I talk about standing on the pedals, using your elbows as shock absorbers side to side. If you feel the edge of your seat touching the top of your thighs, the bottom of your bum, each time that you move, that's pretty good. Okay, just going to give it 2 more clicks. So I can really feel some resistance now, and stand. There we go, just using my elbows, just lightly, and from side to side. So you can't see it, but at the back, it's getting a little touch at the top of my thighs from the edge of the seat. I know where the seat is then when I need to sit down. Stay nice and tall, not crowding over. Trying to keep that chest cavity nice and open so we get as much oxygen in as possible. And just using the big quad muscles. I've got my toes pointed down a little bit here, so that you can see on my pedals. Pushing down and around, not flat like that. It's a very, very different motion. Dipping my toes and getting much more purchase. And this is where the clipped-in pedals really help. I'm also getting the purchase on the upstroke as well, as it pulls the pedal around, because my foot never leaves contact with the pedal. That's the big difference from clip-ins to flats. That's it, keep going. Got about another minute of this. Hopefully not too heavy at this point. We're just starting to head out of Sorrento and get into the hills, which is where the fun starts. Well, my shoes needs oiling. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm looking up ahead, seeing what's coming, taking in the views if I can. Stay nice and tall, getting all the oxygen I can. Give my arms a bit of a workout as well. Yeah, my core. Try not to swing from side to side, but keep it straight up. Get a little bit of work in my core there. This is nice. Okay, so we're going to come to a bit of a plateau. It's going to get a bit flat. So what we do when we sit down, if you can remember, any of those worked with me before, is we send our bum right into the seat. Okay, so we send our butt cheeks right to the fattest part of the seat. And we look down, so at the moment, my speed has gone down. Whoa, quite a lot. Whew. So I'm down to 72. I certainly don't want to drop any lower than that. I want to get back to that close to that 100. So as soon as I sit down, I immediately almost speed up my leg speed. So I get some pace in. So I get onto the flat. Okay, in 10 seconds we're going to be sitting down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hand down, push. And look at speed legs up. Get on top of the gear. Yeah, now on the flat. Straight away, 103. Perfect. Last thing you want to do is get up a climb, or if it's a small one like that, and immediately just collapse. You want to have something left to be able to get over the climb, get nice and comfortable, change position on the bars if you want. Keep that momentum. Good, so our first little one out of the way. We're definitely up in the hills now. Get that breathing under control. Been going for about 15 minutes now. Good. Feeling good. We're only going up. It's going to be climb for a little while before we get to go downhill. But unlike the mountain climbing exercise I did with you a few weeks ago, it's still out there for you to look. Look at the videos on the website, on the Facebook page. We have got lots of plateaus where we can restart. It's not just one big climb. Good. See, breathing's under control again now. Again, taking the scenery. Speed's at 102, but I'm in a higher gear. And if you remember, we clicked up. We even put a couple of clicks on before we stood up. So we're now pushing a higher gear at the same speed we were a few minutes ago. That's progression. We're going to keep doing that. Body temperature's warming up now. Sweat's starting to form. One of the downsides of working inside is where the towels come in. Outside, of course, especially in the Naples sun, the sweat gets burnt off pretty quickly. And certainly on this day it did, when the rest of the weather fronts came in. Good. Yeah, keeping on top of this now, feeling quite nice. But up ahead, I can see a hairpin. And usually when you're in some form of mountain or coastal region, when there's a hairpin, it's usually because they built that in, because they needed to help flatten out the surface, to help people get up to the top of the hill. So a hairpin, unless you've been coming down the hill, usually means when you turn it, the hill goes up. That's what ours is going to do for a while. Okay, we've got one more minute before we hit that hairpin. This might be a decent time. You're under control, your breathing's under control. Decent time to take a drink. Don't need to go. Take the drink in line with your breathing, so you don't find yourself gasping, hiccuping, retching, which is unhelpful. So we've got the fluid in us now, and the hairpin's coming up in 20 seconds. And it's going to be one that as soon as we go down the hairpin, we're going to have to climb. So I want another couple of gears on. Okay, I want it to feel even harder than before. Okay, I'm going to put 3 on. 1, 2, 3. I see my legs slow down and up. And up. A bit of shock to the muscles there as I stood up and asked them to work. Yeah, my toes dipping, helping me get the most out of the pedal stroke. Don't flat pedal it when you stood up. Dip those toes. Don't forget, your arms working, and it's a side to side motion. Yeah, RPM's dropped to 71 already. So back to where I was before. This is a steeper part of the climb. Okay, and I'm at the same speed. So my muscles are working well, my fitness is working well at the moment, so that continues. tough one, this one. As I'm going up this hill, feeling good. It's a fantastic day. I feel really privileged to be able to do what I was doing. But I did notice that the heat had dropped. I did notice that it wasn't as sunny anymore. I had sunglasses on, of course. And I did notice the sky had gone pretty grey, pretty dark. And it was about to tell me why. As we're going, it's nice, not too difficult, not too steep, bit of resistance. Suddenly the wind started to come in. Hairs on my arms started to get a bit colder. And I started to feel the wet stuff hitting me. Pretty slow at first. I thought, oh, it's just a little shower, a little Mediterranean shower. So I just carried on through it, didn't think anything of it. Could see the next hairpin quite a bit in the distance. Probably got another 2 or 3 minutes pedalling. I'm at 72 now, so I'm doing okay. Doing okay pace wise. Starting to feel these blobs of rain get heavier and heavier. They're landing with a little bit more frequency, a bit more regular. And I notice up above, the cars that are coming around the hairpin are coming around with their lights on and their windscreen wipers going. So I knew it was coming. And then very quickly, bang, I was in the middle of it. Absolute downpour. Whew. But again, thinking it's just a Mediterranean shower. We'll get through it. Staying up off the seat at the moment. It's getting harder and harder. I'm getting hit in the face with the water. It's coming harder and harder now. I'm getting a little bit worried about the level of traction I've got underneath me. Thin road bike tyres on these roads that have been bone dry. Any oil that's come out of any cars, water on top of it, I could be straight down. So, make a little decision. Do you know what? We'll just have a bit more traction, a bit more rubber on the road. So I'll sit back down. Sit back down. We'll keep that speed up. Ooh. Whoa, 97. I've got, there we go. 100 now. Ooh, I had to work harder though. Sitting down. But now, I'm not going from side to side. Feel a little bit more stable. I'm wiping the rain. Yeah, my bum now, my weight on the saddle, I'm putting more rubber onto the tarmac. Still only a tiny amount. The contact patch of a road tyre is tiny at the best of times. But it's more than when I was stood up, bouncing the bike from side to side. Whew! And I'm just getting absolutely drenched. Absolutely drenched. About halfway through the ride now. Oh, yeah. But if you've ever been rained on in the Mediterranean in the middle of summer, yeah, it's cooler than it was, but it's still not cold. You're not freezing cold. Whew. Still got another minute and a half before I hit the next hairpin. Hopefully the weather will have changed, different side of the mountain. And I'm getting absolutely drenched. I've only got lycra on anyway, and it's just feeling like it's stuck to me more than it is normally. I wish I'd taken my sunglasses off, because actually I can see less with them on. The rain's just sitting on them, dripping down them, going off my helmet, down the back of my neck. But I'm still on the Amalfi coast doing a bike ride, so it's still fantastic. Out in the bay, nothing. Absolutely glorious sunshine, the island of Capri and the bay. Just a really localised shower over these mountains that continue to follow me. Okay, 30 seconds, I'm going to hit a hairpin. Starting to feel it now. Whoa, yeah, I'm dropping at 97, 98. So let's keep that 100 up. God willing, it's going to be less steep when we get around that corner. A little bit of relief. There we go. More cars coming round. Still with the lights on. People are giving me a little wave. We go around the corner. And yes, a little bit flatter. So I'm going to take those 3 off that I put on. Suddenly, yes, the more in control. Still going uphill, but on a steep incline. So I can take this one to 100 easily and maintain it. Whew. Still getting absolutely soaked. As interesting, as novel as it is, it's starting to get a bit boring now, getting wet. Up ahead, for the first time since leaving Sorrento, I see a row of houses. So as we go up the hill, clearly a little mountain village, and there's a row of terraced houses. Just up ahead, on my side of the road, on the right hand side of the road. And on the front of them, obviously they're looking onto the road. The back of them, just sheer cliff. The bay and the island of Capri. Unbelievable views. Unbelievable. These tiny, tiny little terrace houses. It must be one of the most amazingly beautiful places in the world to look out on. Whew. Still getting wet now. Quite way in the distance before the next hairpin. And looking up towards the houses, I see movement. And an elderly gentleman starts to come out of one of the houses. Comes out of one of the houses, probably 20-30 yards away from me. He's got his raincoat on, he's just about to put his brolly up. Has a little look over at me. I give him a little nod. Say buongiorno, it was the morning. He just looks at me and just shakes his head and starts laughing. It's just literally, well, I don't speak much Italian, hardly any at all. I'm pretty sure that what he was saying was, who is this idiot? What are you doing? Coming up here in this? I must have looked absolutely hilarious. Dripping wet, sunglasses on, head down, being battered by the rain. And he just had a little giggle to himself. So I got alongside him, had a little look over, and just had a laugh with him. I knew exactly what he was thinking about me. Tourists, what do they ever learn? Read the weather forecast. Anyway, a bit of light relief from him. I was off up this road. So that distracted me for a few minutes. Opportunity to get my breathing back under control. 103 RPM, doing okay. Legs are feeling decent. Opportunity for another drink, I think. Yeah, no real pressure. Little sip. Little blast of sugar. Nice. Able to digest it, metabolise it easily, so I'm not under any massive pressure, under any massive stress. Good time to take a drink. And the big things that you will learn if you're doing longer and longer rides is about your fueling. Yeah, it's amazing how you can set out with the best intention in the world, yeah, scream around country, on holiday, hit some mountains, feel fantastic, and then bang. And you just feel like somebody has pulled a plug and every bit of energy that was in you has gone. It's happened to me a few times. People call it tanking, people call it corpsing. And when it happens, it is horrible. Because it doesn't have any little warning sign. Okay? You're not like the petrol tank on your car, where you get a light little range finder, or you get your light. You'll notice that the pro racers, have their readouts, yeah? They all have their digital readouts. They're all wearing chest monitors, heart rate monitors. There's loads of kit out there you probably own. All you need to own. You just need to learn, one, how to read it, and what it means to you personally. Because everybody is different. You cannot go onto a website and say, oh, I'm this old, I weigh this much, I'm this tall. Doesn't matter. That was somebody else's readings. What it means to you, very individual. So learning about yourself, learn what the telltale signs are, what the triggers are, when you're about to lose energy, when the fuel you've got in your body is no longer giving you the energy you need. You need to learn those triggers. One of the easiest ways to learn them is to absolutely collapse. Because you'll never forget that feeling. And then it's about making sure you get the fuel in before you get to that point. Again, that was my mistake when I first started out in the longer distance races, sportives, 100 kilometres, or even just longer distance pleasure rides on my own. I was waiting too long most of the time. I was waiting until I felt no energy. And then trying to cram an energy gel, a bar, a banana. Too late. Once you've gone into the red, getting back out of it, almost impossible. You've got to recognise when you're in danger of getting close and get the fuel in. Get the stocks back up before you're using the stuff that's going to really, really hurt you. Give you horrible internal pains and take time to recover as well. Yeah, you won't feel like going out the next day or the next day. You don't want to get to that point. So learn yourself, learn your technology, your gadgets, learn your instruments, and also learn about the messages that are coming to your body. Okay, we've done quite a long climb there, because we're still climbing. We haven't turned down, apart from a couple of clicks on that last hairpin. We're still going up. The rain ain't stopping. We've sort of got used to it now. What happens? Yeah, we're just getting on with it. My RPM's banging 100 now, 101. So my legs are going into muscle memory mode. Yeah, they can handle this. I'm not putting under too much pressure, which is always good for a long ride. So I want to have something left to come home with. Okay, so up ahead, it's not a hairpin this time. It actually goes to the right again. There's a little semi-curve and then bang to the right, but I can see that that's uphill. And I can still see all the cars that are coming down with lights, with windscreen wipers. It's getting darker and darker. My choice of a pretty much black cycling outfit that day isn't feeling great at the moment. Yeah, I think I had a blue cycle helmet, but I certainly wasn't as visible as I would have liked to have been. Okay, so I can see this is going to go uphill a bit, and actually I'm looking at the road, and the rain is getting harder and harder and harder. It's now one of those biblical downpours. I just couldn't believe it. So, turn the corner, back up with those 3 clicks. Oh, round the corner. And I'm getting a bit tired now, so I have to get out of the seat just to push the pedals up. Whew. And I've got my head down now, I'm not looking up. I've got my head down because the rain is almost hitting me straight in the face. And pretty quickly I realised This ain't rain, this is hail. I mean, absolutely battered by hailstones. Middle of July, on the Amalfi Coast. I left the town of Sorrento in amazing sunshine, and I'm now being battered by hailstones. Whew. Oh dear. Good thing about that is it's taken my mind off whether or not I'm tired or not, because I just want to get through this. And sometimes that's a help. Yeah, I want to overcome this problem before I overcome something about my fitness. Again, I've got my toes dipped. Big pushes. And up ahead, you start to see the little row houses again. And then one that's got a lot of glass fronting and has got a veranda, gazebo outside it. And it says two of the best words in the world that I know in Italian: espresso, gelato. So that's going to be my hiding spot while I get out of this crazy, crazy hailstorm. So it's about a minute away. Oh, the hail stopped now. Back to rain. And then here it comes. Here comes the thunder. Absolutely like a bomb's gone off. Unbelievable. I'm looking around thinking what's happened. Caught me by surprise. And it's just rolling and rumbling and grumbling and cracking away. I'm thinking I have made a big bad decision here. Doesn't take too long for the sky to light up with lightning. I'm now in the middle of a lightning storm. 2/3 of the way up a mountain on the Amalfi Coast in Italy, wearing lycra. So I'm laughing at myself, thinking this is insane, but I can see this cafe restaurant on the next corner. Just praying it's open. Even if it's not open, it's got some verandas, some covers out there, awnings. I can get underneath it. Because I realise I'm actually attached to quite a lot of metal. Yeah, I've got some rubber on the road, but there's not a lot of it. So hanging around in a lightning storm's not looking like a great idea. I'm nearly there. Here we come. Down a bit. And I roll into the cafe. Into the car park. There's nobody in it. But there is a light on. No cars. I get under one of the outside tables. Under one of the parasols. And then I see a lady behind the counter in a black and white outfit. And what she do? She looks at me, she waves, and she laughs. Just like the old man laughs her head off. But she waves and says, "Come in." I think I was coming, I was Italian for coming. So in I go, in my cycling shoes. Try not to break my neck on the way down. It's the cafe. And she's open. She asks me if I'm okay. My English and I've got Italian. And then she says, my favourite word, espresso? Ah, sì, grazie, grazie. Molto bene. And she proceeds to make me the first of what will become a few espressos. And 2 minutes later, the door crashes open. And it turns out I'm not the only idiot in and around the Bay of Naples that day. And 2 guys come in. Cycling helmets on, with different cycling gear. They've been mountain biking or high mountain bikes, and they come in looking shocked as hell. She starts to say hello to them, ask them if they're okay. They struggle a little bit. They're not English. They look Latin. They're not Italian. They're Brazilian. Eventually we get one of them has got a little bit of English. Guillermo and Jose from Brazil. They'd rented a house just a little bit further down, one of the ones that I'd passed, and they decided to go adventure biking, and they picked the worst time ever. So we had a couple of photos, talked about the Rio Olympics which were happening later on that year. And I had about, I think I had about 4 espressos, which probably set me up pretty well for the rest of the trip. And they were only a euro a piece, it was fantastic, I could have stayed there all day. But I wanted to get to Positano, so Anne and Izzy, that's what I was heading over to. They'd set themselves up with a little tour of Sorrento and the hills, so they were out and about somewhere. So I thought, 2/3 of the way there now, no point turning back. At no point did the rain stop. So I got back out on the bike, and as I said, this cafe was on the corner of a hairpin. So as soon as I got back out on the bike and turned around, I'm going to click some more. Oh yeah. The rain was still bleeding down. I'd wasted about half an hour. Oh, not wasted, I'd had a wonderful half an hour chatting away and drinking coffee. So now I went to get back on it. So further up the hill I went. It turned out there was a marker and there was a factory, a limoncello factory, and he stayed at the top of the hill. And there was a marker for it which said 2 kilometres. So at least I knew I was coming to the top of the mountain, 2 kilometres. So now it's about grinding. I was wet anyway, I wasn't going to get any drier. And this was a grind. The rain was coming at me. The hill was getting steeper. Oh, the espressos were working. I had energy. But I was getting hacked off. So now, it's about that inner motivation stuff. Talked about on all the cycle sessions. It was about picking a tree, a lamppost, the corner, and refusing to sit up, refusing to change down gears until I'd gone past little milestones that I created for myself. Plus I'd seen pictures of this town, Positano. I knew how stunning it was. I knew how pleased I'd be when I got there. But I kept that in my mind. Rather than thinking about what situation I was actually in right now, I was looking forward into the future, visioning. Lots of athletes, lots of successful people talk about visioning. Seeing how good it'll feel, what it'll look like, sound like, when they achieve what they'll set out to achieve. And for me, I was going to be in a fantastic, famous little town, a beautiful part of the world, with a beer. That was what my goal was. Before I set off back home, I was pretty sure this storm wasn't going to last. Well, it was in the middle of it right now. Another kilometre to go, and it is bouncing. It's head down stuff, shoulders rolling. It's about getting through this, but I know that once I hit the top, I know I've got some downhill to come, some recovery, and ideally different side of the mountain, different weather. Often happens. Okay, about another minute, should be hitting the top For this hill I should be seeing limoncello factory signs. Ooh. Oh, 101 happy, I'm doing okay. Yeah. Sometimes a bit of anger can help you. Yeah. I want to get out of this rain. I want to get over this mountain. I can see it. And yes, there's a sign. And lemon trees. And limoncello. As I get closer and closer, I see what looks like the front of a little steam train. I get closer and closer, and yeah, there is a steam train, but it's got wheels, so a road train, like you see in parks, some shopping centres, and in the back of it, there are people. And there is a guy, obviously the guy, very hurriedly bringing out the covers so these people aren't getting wet as they sit down. So you see one of these tours that they go on. I'm getting closer and closer, and by the look of people's skin, this is clearly some sort of British contingent that have been taken on a tour. And of course, they spot me and they start laughing. And as I get closer and closer, I start to look up, give them a little wave. I can't really breathe, so I can't really talk. And all of a sudden, I hear a voice. Oh my God, look at this guy. What's he doing out in this? And as I look back to just give a little nod, the next words I hear are, that's my dad. Mummy, look. And yeah, this was the tour that my wife and daughter were on. So, do I get a lot of sympathy? They burst out laughing as well. What are you doing, you idiot? So I pull over, have a little chat, and pretty quickly the consensus is I'm at the top of the hill at a limoncello factory. Ooh, take it down a couple. So I'm having a little chat, and this little train is called something like Golf Blue, or Blue Golf. Golfy, sorry. It's a very famous tour, outside tour. Takes them up to this limoncello factory, and for the adults anyway, the limoncello factory tour includes some limoncello. And me and my wife don't drink a right lot, so very quickly, not only am I being made fun of in front of all these other holiday makers, I'm being made fun of by my slightly drunk wife. I don't think we gave any to kids, I think we're alright there. Izzy's a pretty hard drinker anyway, she'll know how to handle it. So after a few minutes of having the mickey taken out of me, no sympathy whatsoever, particularly from the tour guide, driver guy, who was like, "You're okay mate, you're stealing my thunder now, bugger off." They were going back down the hill from where I'd come, and I was going over this side, other side of the mountain, on the downward stretch towards Positano. So off I set, release a couple more gears. Oh yes. Could freewheel quite a bit of this. It wasn't super steep at first. But as you're in an indoor bike, if you're like me, you've got a fixed wheel, there's no freewheeling. You're going to push it all, even if it's on low resistance. We're starting to roll out now. A couple little more climbs before we hit Positano, but a lot of it's downhill. And wonders never cease as we turn around the corner at the top of the mountain. As often happens in mountainous regions, the weather changed. We were still pretty close to the coast, we're going inland a little bit, But now we had no rain, and I could see the sun a bit further down the valley. It was like a guiding light, showed me where I was going, sending me to Positano. No more rain. Obviously my lycra's just absolutely stuck through, but going downhill, bit of speed, bit of wind, things were starting to dry out pretty quickly. The only bit that doesn't dry out is the comfort pad you wear when you're riding on your cycling shorts. That stays wet for a little bit too long. So I'd have to stay and spend some time in Positano before that got dry. But that was my plan anyway. So down the hill, yeah, it starts to get a bit steeper. Oh, down on the bars, dipping my toes. 129, come on, 132, 33, 36. Wow, fantastic. That's revolutions per minute, by the way. When anyone starts saying I'm clearing up 130 miles an hour or kph. Woo! And then just get to a little ball. Woo! Comes back up. Ah, and a little climb. A little sickener. Hey, your muscles, your mind's enjoying the downhill, and then suddenly that pain and resistance hits back in your thighs. It's not the steepest one, it just makes you feel a little bit sick. You thought you were over it. So I see this little one, then I see a corner. I can't be alright. Corner's not too far away now. Round the corner, and oh my god, quick, up, oh, absolutely horrible, little incline, oh, got me totally by surprise. I was in the wrong gear, wasn't prepared for it. Suddenly I'm fighting, just as you make the pedals go forward, really steep, I don't know, probably 15, maybe more percent. Wasn't long, but it just drained everything. I didn't expect it, I didn't know it was there. I was in the wrong gear, I wasn't prepared. Now I'm fighting just to get the pedals round. Oh, got about 2 minutes of this. Oh. I'm rocking, I'm rolling. I haven't got good form or anything left. I'm just fighting now. This is all about grit and determination. You didn't know it was coming. Have the upper spirit to get over this without stopping. Come on. You can make it with me. 1 minute. Whew. Remember my eyes felt like they were popping out my head. Tongue hanging out, breathing like an idiot. Oh, unbelievable, I'm at 71, I can't believe I'm at 71. Come on, 30 seconds left. Oh dear, this hurts. Come on, the reward is worth it. Don't give in, don't give in. Don't give in, no matter how slow you're going. I don't care about the RPM. Just forward, dip those toes, bounce those shoulders. Use those elbows as shock absorbers. Come on. And down and off. Oh, medium gear. Ooh. Oh yeah. Still not a downhill, but it's leveled off. And now, in the distance, I see the famous picture postcard bit. The row of amazingly painted houses, all different colours, blues, pinks, yellows, greens. Amazing, just hanging on the cliff edge. the bare maples out in front of them. I don't know if the bare maples have gone around the corner. It could actually be the Med or the Adriatic. My geography's gone now, my brain's gone. But these houses, just look how they built them, how they got them there. But they're absolutely gorgeous. And now, get on this plateau, and a few S-curves, and I'm in Positano. 4 or 5 minutes. And it's all pretty much downhill. All downhill. 30 seconds. We'll be off this plateau. Well done if you've not had to stop at all today. Yeah, lots of long drags there, which can catch you out. Couple of steep ones, and then just round the corner that cheeky little number I never saw coming. I couldn't believe it when I turned the corner and it just felt like I was going backwards. Okay, roll it off now. Should really like resistance. Your feet, your legs should feel fantastic. Your thighs should feel like you could kick through walls. Yeah, you've got that much power left in them. And there's no resistance. You would have been freewheeling down this hill now. Because the S-curves are pretty tricky, so you wouldn't want to be going flat out unless you were in an organised race and you knew the road was clear. The Italian drivers are noted for their willingness to take risks, particularly on their own roads. If it ain't the drivers, it's the scooters. Okay, getting closer and closer, you can see the houses that are on the postcards, on the pictures everywhere. And you can see all the elements of the town now, some little shops. And I see the sign I'm looking for the most. The sign of a bottle which has got lovely moisture around it of Nastro Azzurro. So there's somewhere I can pull in and I know they're going to sell me a beer. And as well as selling me a beer, it was also a restaurant. The weather had changed, it was gorgeous looking out over the sea, over the bay. It's outside, people milling around, but it wasn't busy. It wasn't busy, certainly even such a famous place. I wouldn't say it's a tourist trap, it does take a bit of getting to. And I had a fantastic bowl of ragu, or spaghetti bolognese, which I needed to throw those carbs down me. Because we had to go back. And all the downhill bits were great, but they were now uphill bits. But the weather had gone, the journey home, just in glorious sunshine. Probably did it at, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the speed I did it on the way there. Because I had the weather, I wasn't fighting, I just enjoyed it. One of the most amazing bike rides I've been on. Been very lucky to ride in some fantastic places. Most of them around Yorkshire, but also done some on the continent as well. And I can always have in America and Florida around the Keys. I can tell you now that Amalfi Coast and that ride from Sorrento to Positano, or the other way around, whichever way you start, whichever way you finish, doesn't matter, is definitely the most dramatic and beautiful. Certainly matches the one up to the Cap de Formentor from Mallorca, equally stunning. Okay, I'm rolling in now. I've spotted my little cafe. I'm really looking forward to the beer and the carbs with the pasta, and also sit down and to dry out properly in the Italian sunshine. So, just about an hour's ride there. Yeah, I know what it's like when you've got your exercise bikes at home. Yeah, it's when you may be linked up to Zwift or Peloton, etc. That's fantastic. Sometimes you want to get on them and Can you find some motivation? Yeah, do you just find yourself a gear and just turn it and find yourself a bit bored? I really hope you found these 3 sessions, different sessions. First one, that 45-minute workout, that was really athletic, in and out of the seats, long drags, fast bits, yeah. And then the 30-minute mountain climb. I know that was tough, people have told me how tough that was the point. And then this one, a bit more of a natural ride, ups, downs, hard bits, relaxed bits, but a nice way to use up. It's telling me 964 calories. I don't know what your measures are saying, but a pretty decent way of getting an hour's exercise, some endurance, some cardio, and some conditioning. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed it, please, these are free. Like them, share them, stick some comments on the Facebook page or the website where you can access them. Tell me if you like them, if there's anything else specific you'd like me to try and put out there for you. And as well as the cycling ones, there's also different fitness ones, martial arts based ones as well. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you're all well. Ciao.